If I had to review Bioshock Infinite with one simple sentence, I would say that it's a spiritually racist masterpiece. And who would have thought that you can combine spirituality with racism? Until I played this game, I was completely ignorant to the idea and concept known as quantum mechanics. It was physicist Hugh Everett who first popularized the idea of many-world interpretations in quantum physics. Every choice made also meant that in a parallel universe, the immediate opposite choice was also made. The result of every past, future, and present decision of every single entity is endless, or I should say, infinite. An unlimited amount of parallel worlds. Now, I'm not going to spoil the plot for you or give any spoilers, but just take in mind quantum mechanics and quantum physics. Bioshock Infinite was a crisp, beautiful-looking game between the colors, the level design, the graphics looked smooth, they ran smooth, I experienced no bugs, no lags, no FPS drops, nothing. The game played very, very smoothly. One of my most favorite aspects of Bioshock Infinite was the fact that you can manipulate, change, and control your entire environments. Throughout the game, there's numerous different types of enemies which increase and get harder and harder throughout the game, but you constantly have these different set of powers like previous Bioshock games in which you can use to your advantage. There's birds, there's fire, there's electricity, there's absorbing where you can hold an orb out and when people fire at you that you absorb their guns and you shoot blasts back. There's water, you can grab people from long ranges of enemies. There's a hurricane punch, but I found myself primarily using probably electricity, fire, but most of all the combat move that allows you to throw enemies up in the air, and then I would use my hurricane punch to stab through their chest. Unlike most FPSs today, which are very linear and very repetitive, Call of Duty, Bioshock Infinite makes you actually think about the tactics you want in order to kill your enemy. Depending on the enemy, you have to use different powers in order to effectively take them out. Something that always keeps you on edge, keeps you thinking, and you constantly have to keep thinking on how you want to take out this person. Not only that, but Bioshock Infinite had amazing sound design. I love the sounds. It made me feel like I was back in the 1920s, which is, kind of where this game is taking place anyway. But the game itself was an emotional roller coaster with its dramatic, excellent soundtrack, but most of all, its clean, crisp, brutal violence. Oh my god. Holy mother of... Oh my... Okay. That was... Look at that beauty right... Oh my goodness. His face just got... Oops. The moment Bioshock Infinite gave me that first kill, I said to myself, this game is going to be amazing, in which it was. Graphically, Bioshock Infinite was a beautiful looking game. The colors stand out, the environments are beautiful, but what I most have to credit the game developers for Bioshock Infinite is this. You made an immersive game. Within the first 45 minutes of gameplay, I was so sucked into the world of Bioshock Infinite by going to every, there's this part in the game where you're walking around and there's kind of like a fair where you're playing, games and you can go to different booths and talk to different people. I spent 45 minutes of my first gameplay going around and playing all the games and trying to find everything and talk to everybody and hear everything. The game constantly makes you feel as if you're in the game itself. The environment was stimulating. The game was immersive, and that is something that a lot of FPSs nowadays they don't suck you into the point of where you feel like you're actually in it. That is something Bioshock did, and that is something that I loved about Bioshock Infinite. Normally when I play FPS games, I'm usually a run and gun, I don't care about looting, but this game makes you want to loot. In fact, you have to loot. You have to look around and find all the little things that they have hidden around the game. Doors and lockpicks, and they hide it so well that it makes you want to search it out and find all of the items, which I found that I would probably have beaten the game a lot faster if I hadn't spent all of the time investigating every single nook and cranny of every little room looking for pick locks because they were so expensive in the store. But along with amazing gameplay, I love the fact that you can upgrade all of your weapons, all of your guns, but most of all of your 9 power abilities, which include fire, birds, electricity, force push, and all of those other things. You can upgrade them, making them more powerful, and the game makes you scavenge for money. And because I'm a man of my word, I'm not going to spoil the plot for you, however, I will emphasize one thing. The plot was awesome. I remember when they had an interview before Bioshock Infinite came out, they mentioned, one of the developers mentioned that the ending was going to shock the players. And normally when, game developers tell me that the plot's going to shock someone, in my experience, games don't really surprise me. But Bioshock Infinite did exactly that with its amazing story, gameplay, and most of all, being able to manipulate all my environments and the powers that I had. As far as criticisms go for Bioshock Infinite, my only real criticism has to be of backtracking. Something that I've always hated in MMOs and games in general is when you have to backtrack something that you've already completed and already finished, but you have to go back there for some dumb reason, and you spend 5 to 10 minutes to run all the way back to a section which, for some reason, you have to go there for the story's plot. Because I'm someone who likes to do gameplay, story, action, story, gameplay. I like to keep moving forward, not spend 5 to 10 minutes running back to some place that I already investigated and did things at. If I had to give Bioshock Infinite a full rating, I would have to rate it a 9.5, simply because of how incredible the game was, the story was, the gameplay was, the manipulating environments, the sound score, everything about it was near flawless. If you're looking for a game that has a story and it's going to keep making you ask questions and try to figure out what's happening, Bioshock Infinite is the game for you. Until next time, my name is Daniel Sulzbach, also known as Mr. Repzion. I have a side channel in which all of my Bioshock Infinite gameplay is being uploaded to right now, as of we speak. And I also have a online streaming of Twitch.tv, which I do all of my live streaming of gameplay, and I do live shows showing off my face in my Twitch.tv, which is down below in the description. So if you're interested in my side channel to see my actual gameplay with commentary of Bioshock Infinite, links down below, channels down below, streamings down below. Thank you for watching, and peace the rep out.